Alright folks, I want to do another video on some hooks, because I recently got these A1 hooks and the Southern Specialties. I got two of them. One's a thicker one and just pretty much the same as the Southward width, big fat one. I don't know where it's at. I don't usually use the big fat hooks unless I have a big keyway to put them in. So I was really impressed with these A1 so much that I ordered some more. Got them from MBA USA. I got the two big bend, they call them. So they have a pretty sharp bend right there. And it gets under that, gets under the pin pretty good without oversetting the pin in front of it. Like most hooks have longer bends, like this. This one bends pretty quick and up high, but not too high. It's perfect. They're 19 thousandths, which fits pretty much in everything. One's thinner than the other one, but even the thick one is the same size of a regular Euro hook. The shaft is really thin and it stays thin. It doesn't really narrow into anything. So this is the RFS Tools makes this, I believe, from Southern Specialties. The triple rippled handle there, laminated. I like this one too. I just like the bigger handle. But this was my go-to when I got this. I was using this a lot, and it held up, hasn't bent. I think this is maybe the number 4 on their site. When you pick the narrow one, because the thick one is just like the Southward fat one, and doesn't go on many locks that unless you work on them. Because you can use these in, you know, pretty much all the locks, and you can't with the big fat ones. So these are like replacements out of, I guess, the Viper kit, but you can buy them separately and they're cheap. They're only like $5. I think I got these 3 picks. $5.10 each. $17.75. It's only $2.45 shipped, and it shipped in like 3 days. For $2.45, you're not going to see any shipping for $2.45. That's why. That's another thing I like. So I got 2 of the big bend hooks, and what do they call this? Just the hook nose pick is the real skinny one. You can see how it's got a deeper bend in it, but it's not like a deep hook like a like this is the Sparrow's deep hook. So it's not a deep hook. It's just, I guess that's why they call it the big bend, because it bends pretty good and it works really great. And the handles are super light, and get a little jumping on here, and they're just great for picking. And they're 19,000, so they pretty much get in everything. You know, before I reviewed them, I didn't use them much. I reviewed them, and see, these held up. They didn't bend all up like other slimline picks do. The Southward slimline picks, you know, they held up for a little bit, but they pretty much bent up. They have awesome feedback. That's the main reason. You know, the Rytan, in my opinion, has the best feedback. Better than Peterson's, better than everything, except, and they're narrow, and they get in a lot of keyways, but they're weak and they bend right here. But they're cheap. They're only like $2 and something, and they're super comfortable because they got a curved handle. They're not for heavy-handed pickers, or you can't lever pick with them because they'll bend up quick. I don't know if you can do a heat treatment, like get it red hot. I've seen that done on a Peterson government steel pick, and it worked. It made it real hard, but I've seen that on a YouTube video. But you know, you can get these Rytan ones. They're only $2, I think, for $2.15 or something like that. You get a package of them for $10, $15 shipped, I think. But I just got tired of finishing on them and bending them, because you know, you can't lever pick these especially at all, because they'll bend up right there. They bend up quick because it gets really narrow right there. But unlike the A1, it stays pretty much the same narrow length, so it doesn't bend at a weak point like right there. So I got two of the big bends, they call them, the big bend pick, and an extra one of these hook nose picks. They're for like $5, $2.45 ship. Really impressed with them. I used the crap out of them for about a month or so, and I'm just very pleased with them. They get in a lot of locks that Petersons are too fat to get in. The Southwards are too fat to get in. And you know, a lot of people say, well, just get the thin Petersons, but they're still fat right here, and you'll still you use them for a while, you'll see it right here. It's all torn up from hitting the warding, and that's the good thing. You don't have to go straight up the middle. You don't have to go straight up the middle with a thin pick and tear up the side of your picks, and that robs your feedback when you're rubbing up against that warding. On these thinner shaft ones, you can just go right in at an angle and attack the pin straight up without hitting the warding at all, and the feedback is good. You know, in my opinion, the Rytan feedback is the best, but it is weak and they bend easy, so I would have to say this is, you know, my #1 go-to pick now. I mean, I collect picks. I got Southward kits, and you know, I got everything pretty much. Petersons, Sparrows, Southern Specialties, Mad Bobs, you know, you name it. I collect hooks, so I pretty much got one of everything. But I just want to say that I've been testing this A1 security pick out, and the Big Bend works freaking awesome. You can even go up the middle, but you don't even have to because it's so thin you can just go around the warding and attack. And the feedback is just top notch. And if you don't, if you do like these size handles, this one from Southern Specialties is really excellent too. It's held up well. It's got the same slim. I just am go for this one because it's got a bigger handle. But they're pretty much, besides the Big Bend has a sharper bend, they go the same depth, and they're pretty much the same. But I just like the bigger handle. Anyway, just thought I'd share that with you. It's A1 security. They were $5, 10 cents, $2.45 shipped. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.